Oh, hi everybody. So welcome to our Facebook Live. I'm Giovanna, I'll be your host. So we're going to do a tour of the entire college at Vani. And we're going to show you all different departments, different students who are going to talk to you about what they do here, some teachers who are going to advertise what they do in their programs. So it's going to be exciting. We're here for an hour. We will be ending at 7 p.m. So if you do have any questions in the meantime, please do comment and we will try to answer them as quickly as possible. So let's see, what are we talking about? So Vani is actually going to be celebrating our 50th birthday in 2020. So this year is very important for us. We just launched a new website advertising a bunch of different alumni who have graduated from Vani and who made a big impact here, and how Vani actually impacted their lives. So do check out that website. It's posted on our Facebook page, so you can go look at that as well. I am joined by Marlene, who is a teacher at Vanier College. Say hi, Marlene.
Hi, everybody. I'm a psychology teacher. I also teach in explorations. Been here for a little while. I also am coordinator for the high school outreach program, so maybe you've seen my face from that. But enjoy tonight. I hope it's informative, and please ask questions.
Thank you, Marlene. We also have Michelle, who is an academic advisor. So a lot of your questions will be answered by Michelle. So here she is.
Hi, everybody. My name is Michelle Delia, and I am one of the academic advisors here at Vanier College. Apart from advising students on future programs and whether or not they are on track on their Vanier programs, I'm also in charge of the Alliance pour études, and which is an organization that helps elite athletes succeed while studying here at Vanier College. And so if you have any questions, please type me a question. Have fun, and I'll see you soon.
Great. So just to give you a bit of background on what Vanier College is, we are a CEGEP. So in the Quebec system, you have 11 years of high school. Then you have, elementary and high school. And then you have CEGEP, 2 years or 3 years of CEGEP. And then university is always a choice after a 3-year program, but it is mandatory after a 2-year program, which are pre-university programs. So we offer both. We have pre-university and technical programs, and we'll be going through each one by one as we are along our tour. Just to let you know that Vanier College is part of the SRAM system, that is SRAM. That is where you apply for CEGEP. So all of the French public CEGEPs are part of this, and so is Vanier. You have until March 1st to apply to a college in order to start in August. Vanier College also has continuing education. So to apply for continuing education, it's a different system. So there are info sessions every now and then throughout the year that you can participate in to get more information about programs. We already have our question. So, hi, is it possible to have your appointment and meet you for best? Okay, she wants an appointment, an advising appointment in person.
For sure. Hi, are you a Vanier student? If you are a Vanier student, you can call 514-744-7556 and speak to our secretary. Her name is Shelley, and she'll gladly give you an appointment with any of us there.
There you go. Hope that answered your question. In fact, I think I could comment on this thing. I'm going to type it in. What is it? 744?
514-744-7556.
7556.
Yes. And that's Shelley's extension.
There you go. So you can call that number, and then that's how you'll get to speak to an advisor. What's next on our list? Oh, okay. Along with pre-university and technical programs, we also have an explorations program. Marlene's going to go a bit more in depth on this.
Hi again. So explorations, we always get a lot of questions on explorations. There's basically 3 different streams of explorations. One is passages for students who may not have done quite as well in high school as they would have liked and want to get into a program at some point, maybe social science. And so they come into passages, and the idea is to boost your grades a little bit, to maybe learn some skills that you need in college, and then move on from there. The other stream is called Prerequisites. Prerequisites really is for students who were missing some of their math or science credits that they need to either go into science at CEGEP or go into a career program that requires math or science credits. The third one also relates to the science and technologies. So the two ones you would be applying into are either passages or prerequisites. I teach mostly in prerequisites, although I have taught passages as well. And it really is a great program, and it's a great choice for those of you who might need it.
Thank you, Marley. So we're going to go right ahead and talk to one of the first teachers of our liberal arts program. So if you do have questions about liberal arts, feel free to comment right now so that Micah can answer your questions. So we are actually going into the library, which we will give you a mini tour of a little later, as well as our task center and STEM center. So we are surrounded by literature, and we will be talking to Micah in charge of liberal arts.
Hi.
Hi, Micah.
Hi, I'm Micah Losalento. I'm the coordinator of the liberal arts program. The first thing to clarify probably is what liberal arts is. A lot of people who apply or who come here are under the impression that it's fine art, so they think they'll be doing painting or something like that. It involves more studying painting, studying literature, not doing painting or writing literature. So liberal arts really is basically based on the ancient Greek tradition of general education. Ancient Greeks invented general education with the idea of creating not only citizens who would be able to get jobs, but citizens who would be able to live morally responsible lives, make ethical decisions, and ultimately have the tools that the ancient Greeks thought were needed for happiness. So our program really is designed to do that, to provide an education in what are called the classics. So we study the best of the Western intellectual tradition. We look at philosophy, everyone from Aristotle and Plato to more recent philosophers like Jacques Lacan or Marx. We look at literature, everyone from Shakespeare to Mary Shelley. So if you're interested in liberal arts, it really appeals to people who have a strong interest in reading and writing and critical thinking and in developing those skills and to pursue a career with those things. If you're wondering what kind of career you might be able to get through studies in liberal arts, our graduates tend to go obviously into university programs in various fields from history to English to philosophy, but to go on to do careers in different things. Things like communications, things like journalism, things like law are very popular. Education, obviously, there are many careers that can come out of studying liberal arts and increasing your communication and critical thinking skills. All right, if you're interested, I encourage you to arrange a student for a day visit. Go to the Vanier website, click on student for a day, and we can arrange a visit for you sometime within the next week or two before the admission deadline. All right.
Thank you, Micah. Thank you very much. Very insightful. So if you are interested in any of the things that Micah spoke about, do consider applying to liberal arts. It's a very good program, and it's really designed for strong intellectual students. So let me just give you a little glimpse of where we are right now in the library. So here it is. It was recently renovated. It's one of our most prized possessions at the moment. It's 3 floors, so this is the first floor. The second floor is where all the books are, and the third floor, which is the 5th floor of Vani College, is actually it has music, a music collection that was donated by Sheldon Kagan. So there's records, all kinds of records. We have record players that you can actually play. So it's a very nice thing to see. So we're gonna go along to visit the communications department. Let's go ahead. I'd also like to mention in the library we have a STEM center and a task center. So what that means, STEM stands for, let's go in. STEM stands for science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. So let me give you a little tour of that. In the STEM center, there's also the robotics room. So that's where students will be hanging out and making their robotics projects. There are computer labs as well. And the task center is our tutoring center. So if ever students need help in a subject, there's drop-in tutoring. There's also one-on-one tutoring that is available. Thank you. And that is actually through the library. It's closed right now, but through the library, through these doors here. So let's go along to communications. I'd also like to mention that if you are a Francophone student, for example, coming into Vanier, Vanier is an English CEGEP. So if you do struggle in your English courses, we have tutors for that. We have a writing center that's part of the task center. So they can help you write, they can help you with grammar, they can help you with expressing your ideas. So that's a really great tool to have here. There's also mentors available as well. I'd also like to mention that we have a languages and cultures program. We just spoke of liberal arts. We are now visiting communications. Another pre-university program that we offer is the languages and cultures program. So you learn 2 out of 5 languages that we offer, which is Spanish, Italian, Russian, Mandarin, and German. Thanks. So these are programs that these are languages that you could study to learn how to communicate, how to write, read, translate as well. So we have now reached communications, and the Henry Lehman Gallery is open. So here we have a student who's one of the curators of the Henry Lehman Gallery.
Hi, you can come in.
Introduce yourself.
So my name is India Lin, and I am the assistant curator at the Henry Lehman Gallery, which is what you see here. This is our first exhibition of the semester, actually, and it's all portfolio students from last semester who have made these works. And they all deal with very different subject matter, but they're tied together through the medium of illustration in this case, as they're all drawn using colored pencils.
Let's do a little glimpse at the artwork.
And we should be having our vernissage tomorrow if snow doesn't pile up too much.
Yeah.
So please feel free to attend. It's at UB from 12 to 1:30.
Great, thank you so much. Thanks for opening the gallery as well. Do you want to talk about the communications program?
Oh, for sure. So communications, if you're interested in any type of medium, creative medium, arts, digital art, video, photography, anything of the sort, then communications is for you. Also, if you're looking to understand how to decode media, advertisements, anything in that vein and creative works, communications is for you. It's an awesome program. I'm in my 2nd year now. I can only say good things.
Great, thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's nice meeting you.
Bye-bye. Enjoy the tour.
Thank you. So there you go. We got a couple of questions on the way. Is there a deadline for applying? Yes, the deadline is March 1st. So you need to apply before March 1st. What are the prerequisites for, what are the requirements for the pre-university math and science program? The science program? So you need chemistry, physics, and enriched mathematics as secondary 5. We won't be seeing the science labs today because they are used for continuing education courses at the moment. So if you do have questions, you could type them in. We'll answer them right away. We actually do have... Whoop, there's people in the hallway. We actually do have a video on the science program, which you can go take a look at later. Here you go. I'll post the link here. Oh, no, it's not working. Oh, well, okay. I'll post it later. So tune in later to see the link. So, okay, where are we going now? Communication.
We're going to student services.
Student services. Okay, so we're going to go that way. Thank you. So if you are creative, once again, there's a communications program for you. We also have Office Systems Technology, Micropublishing, Hypermedia. This is a 3-year technical program. This is for students who are interested in graphic design. So there's a lot of different medias that are explored in communications, whereas in the Office Systems Technology 3-year program, it's graphic design, and you do internships while in the program. I'm actually a grad from that program from 2012. You do internships. You can have the choice whether you want to go work in the field or if you want to go to university afterwards. We got more questions. Yay. Okay. How can you have an appointment for counseling if you're not a student at Vanier? That would be with admissions.
With academic advising, is that what they're asking?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? One of the things that we highly recommend is that we have a drop-in advisor that is available in E114. And she's there on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays between 4 and 6 p.m. And she has drop-in hours. So if you're not a student here yet and you have some specific questions that are not answered by visiting our website or by giving us a phone call, please feel free to drop in E114 Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays between 4 and 6 p.m.
Perfect. Thank you, Michelle, for that. So we're going to head downstairs to see student services. We have someone who's there to meet us. Her name is Sarah, so she'll introduce herself once we get there. If you have any questions about student services, please do comment right now so that we can answer them while she's here. So student services encompasses financial aid, counseling, the Access Center for students with disabilities. So there's a lot of different services that they offer for students. So here we are. So student services is C203. That's a very important room number to remember because this is your #1 spot to go if ever you're having any issues. Here's Sarah.
Hi, everybody. Alright, so welcome to Student Services. My name's Sarah. I do drop-in at Student Services, so if ever you become a student here, you'll probably see me. Hi. So I'm going to talk to you guys really quickly today about the services we offer at Student Services. So the two big ones we offer are access for students with disabilities. So students who have physical health problems, mental health problems, learning disabilities, who need support and accommodation to make it through school usually come through our services. As students bring their medical documentation to us, we get you set up with an access advisor, and that advisor can help you out in your cégep life. The second thing we offer is counseling services. Students who are going through a rough time in their lives, students who need support, lots of different reasons students come to see us. We have 3 counselors on campus, and what they can do is they can help you get things figured out, help support you, and help hopefully make your life here a little better. Those are the 2 big things, but we do a lot of things here at Student Services. We also have career counseling if you're not sure what sort of domain or program you want to go into. We have employment services if you need someone to look over your CV or you need somebody to help you with interview questions. We have an alternance travail-études program, which is where certain programs over the summer can get a paid internship instead of an unpaid stage. We also administer the financial aid program. So it's a Quebec government program that we have someone here at the office who can help if you have problems or questions about it. And one of our other big things is student life. So student life does a lot of things. They do all these activities on campus. They have a leadership team where students who are really interested in leadership can do activities and events on campus. They also have an Indigenous Circle, which is where Indigenous students or students who want to learn more about Indigenous peoples can come and learn different things. And on top of that, we also have our health services, which, if you turn this way, are still open right now. We always have late nights here at Student Services. So yeah, I'm trying to run through super quickly all the services we do. Has anyone been asking any questions about us or
About
what we do?
student services, I don't see any at the moment.
Okay.
It's more about applications.
Yeah.
We'll get to those in a second.
So there's always going to be lots of questions about applications, but if you guys have any questions about student services, you can always just ask. We might be able to answer them. And I hope you guys have an awesome rest of your evening.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Sarah.
No problem, Giovanna.
Okay, there we go. So that was student services. So we're going to head down this hallway to, we're actually going to be going to nursing and respiratory anesthesia technology. So there's no one there to speak to us, but I do have access to the labs, so I could show you a sneak peek of what we have. So right here, actually, on our way, is the Vani College Student Association, the VCSA. So they are a student government. They basically stand for our students. There's a fee that goes into your tuition. I had a question about tuition right now. I'll answer that in a second. So they help protect you. They I don't know, what else do they do?
They do lots of activities. They're in charge of the
Yeah.
clubs,
Yes.
all the student clubs in the college. They have parties, they have trips, they have all kinds of fun things for students to do.
There you go. They basically represent the student body. So you want to be friends with them. Okay, so on to nursing, I said, right? Okay. Okay, yes. So yes, we had a question about tuition. So how much is tuition on average?
I think it's $190.
$195? Yeah, so it's $195 per semester. There are 2 semesters in a year, so that's about $400 a year for tuition only. Obviously, your books are...
Books are quite expensive.
Yeah.
So you can anticipate a few $100s a year just on books.
Yeah. Also, we do have a book loan program that is offered by Student Services, by the financial aid advisors, so you can go see them if ever you're having issues. Books are also offered at reduced prices if you buy used books. We're going to be going down to the bookstore soon, so you'll be able to see what there is there. Okay, up the stairs.
Go ahead.
Thanks. We had another question about social sciences. Okay, okay, so social science. I had that in my notes somewhere. So social science is a 2-year pre-university program. There is the general program that you can apply to. There's also certain majors that might interest you depending on what your interest is. So there's psychology, there's child studies, international law and society, sports and leisure. So these are all different topics that you can choose under the social science umbrella. What other questions did we have? My son doesn't have his secondary 5 English math and wants to go into commerce. What are his options? Michelle, that's for you.
So a student can apply to social science, and in social science we offer students the opportunity to take a math missing prerequisite. So in social science, your son can register for the secondary 5 advanced math, given that he has the secondary 4 advanced math, and he can register for that when he makes his schedule for the fall of 2019.
There you go. Hope that answered your question. So we are now on the 4th floor of the D building. Oh, I just got a question. Is school canceled tomorrow?
We hope so.
We hope so. We will only find out as of 6 a.m. in the morning. Actually, I'm one of the first people who will find out because I'm going to be posting on social media. So do stay tuned.
Can you text me?
Yeah. So, okay, here are nursing labs. Let's see. Do I have access? Oh, maybe not that door. No, not that one either. Oh. This isn't looking good. No. That's odd. I asked for access. Let me see. Oh, no. Okay. Well, we unfortunately can't see the nursing labs, but I can tell you everything I know about it. So.
Oh, you can do it?
No. Yeah, that's weird. I got them programmed though. Okay, oh well. A little glitch, but that's all good. So the nursing program is a 3-year technical program. Very close to nursing, we also have respiratory and anesthesia technology. That's actually right down the hall from nursing. And the students collaborate a lot together because obviously in a hospital setting, they will be working alongside each other. So nursing, obviously coming out of the program, you become a registered nurse. Coming out of respiratory and anesthesia technology, you become an anesthesiologist or a specialist of the lungs, respiratory technician.
Now, Giovanni, can I just interject?
Absolutely.
And add a little bit of something? This,
Yes.
Our graduates of our 180 nursing program are also eligible to apply to McGill University. We have a deck back option where you do your 3 year here, and you can apply to McGill University in their Bachelor's of Nursing and do an extra 2 years. So you go in as a technician, and the science courses will be given to you at McGill University, and you can have a Bachelor's of Science in Nursing.
Excellent. Thank you, Michelle. That's actually very valuable. Okay, we had more questions. Is the letter of intent for nursing written, or is it okay if it's typed? I guess it should be typed, because when you are submitting your letter of intent, you do have to submit it online with your application. I actually got a question earlier of how to apply. So it's on the SRAM website, SRAM. So you go on SRAM, you apply it to, it's a drop-down menu, basically. You choose your school, you choose your program, and there you go. It's pretty much done.
That's right.
How does one join the student radio station? Okay, so if you want to join the radio station, that's with the VCSA. That is one of the clubs. So you would go see them, and they can hook you up. They can help you meet the team. And if you even want to start your own club, actually Clubs Day is supposed to be tomorrow if school's not canceled. So it's Clubs Day, and you can actually start your own club if there is a club that, if there isn't any that really speaks to you, as long as you have enough students who want to be involved. Another question on, is school canceled tomorrow? So we will find out tomorrow morning. I really hope it is, though.
Me too.
If it makes you feel better, we all find out tomorrow.
Yeah, there we go. We only find out tomorrow.
We're not isolating the students on that one.
Okay, so we are in a staircase. We're going to be going down. Are we? Where are we going?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to go see industrial electronics. Okay. So this right here, I don't know if you see it because there's a lot of clouds. That is the N building. It's called N because at the time it was built, it was new. In the 1970s, yeah.
It was called the new building.
Yeah, there you go.
A long time ago.
So the N building was built in the 80s, 70s, 80s? Yeah, Vani opened in the 70s, in 70, yeah. So yeah, it was called the new building, but now it's kind of old. And we have some programs in there that we won't be visiting, but I can definitely mention them for you. If you are interested in the health field, which we just saw nursing and respiratory anesthesia for, those programs are in the health field. We also have animal health if you are interested in becoming a veterinary technician. Obviously, to become a vet, you do have to be a doctor, so you do have to go to health science for that. However, animal health is a great program to go into. You get a great job afterwards working with animals. There is a letter of intent that you must write as well. So you do have to have experience with animals. You have to enjoy being around them. Obviously, if you have an allergy, it could be a bit tricky to be working with animals, but so also involving animals, we have the Environmental and Wildlife Management Program. This program is also a 3-year program located in the N building. This program deals with ecosystems, climate change, anything to do with the environment, as well as wild animals. So the first 2 years are actually spent at Vanier, and the 3rd year is spent up north in our field station in La Chute. So your classroom is basically a forest where you are surrounded all by nature, by animals, by plants and trees and all that. What else is there? Oh, early childhood education and special care counseling. So these 2 programs are also located in the N building. Special care counseling is if you want to be a shadow or a counselor or an aide for someone who has a physical or mental disability. You could be either for children, the elderly, adolescents, anybody. Obviously, you have different modules on different types of patients, so you get to choose what you want to work in the future. ECE, early childhood education. This is to become a daycare educator. So we have a mock daycare in the actual N building, where you get to observe how children play, how they interact. So it's a really great experience for you. So we are now in the D building, 3rd floor, where there's industrial electronics and computer engineering technology. So this is people who are interested in the engineering field. Let me see if I have access to these labs. I should, because I got access today. D4343. Okay, let's find the labs. Oh, they seem to be going down. They're going down. It's that way. Okay, so industrial electronics is another 3-year technical program. Computer engineering technology is also a 3-year technical program. If you're interested in the computer field, the engineering field, anything to do with technology, we also have building systems engineering technology. That is a mix of, not again. That is a mix of mechanical engineering and civil engineering. We actually just launched a video on that program. Oh, this one opens. We actually just launched a video on that program, so you can actually go take a look. It should be on our Facebook page as well. So this is industrial electronics. So these are the labs. This is a bit of electrical engineering. So you get to program different machinery. You can see all of the equipment that we use. So it's dark in here. Yeah, there's wiring, there's manufacturing. Let's see. They have all the interesting in the back here. All the interesting things. There we go. Look at that. So students get to program these machinery. They get to wire them up. They get to see how they work. They troubleshoot. So it's a really hands-on program. So if you really like hands-on work, you get to experience that here. There you go. The lights on. So this is all the equipment you'll be working with, guys and girls. There we go. Okay, so let's continue our tour. What's next? Okay, also in the engineering field, obviously there's pure and applied sciences. So once again, I will mention that we won't be able to see the science lab because there are classes taking place in them. But if you are interested in sciences, there is pure and applied science. If you're more interested in physics, and there's the health science field that's more interested in chemistry and biology. Okay, I got a lot of questions in the meantime. Do you have to write a letter of intent for all programs or pre-university programs?
You don't have to write a letter of intent for all programs. If you go on our website and you look under academic programs, it tells you which one you have to write a letter of intent for. None of the pre-university, they're usually for the technical programs. So I know that nursing and respiratory anesthesia, and I think that early childhood education and special care counseling also. Again, please go on our website and take a look under academic career programs, and each one of them will list exactly whether or not a letter of intent is needed.
There you go. I got another question regarding social science. A certain number of person I can contact regarding more information. About social science, I mean, you can speak to an advisor, you can speak to admissions if you want to know more about how to get in, what you need to get in.
Or I just want to add that a social science program is for someone that wants to prepare for a Bachelor's of Arts in university. So you get a chance to study a little bit of different disciplines such as history, anthropology, sociology, all sorts of wonderful things to get a little bit of glimpse of the different disciplines that would be available to you once you go to university.
Perfect.
And no math is needed for social sciences.
Yeah,
right? No math is needed for social science.
Unless you're applying to the commerce profile or the one with math.
Exactly.
Yeah. But otherwise...
You have to take math in social science. You have to take a course called statistics or quantitative methods, we call it here, and that is math-based.
Right.
There you go. So you do have to have some math skills in order to succeed in the program. We have more questions. I went to Vani, graduated in 1988 as an RN. There you go. Oh, look at that. We have an alumni watching. Go on our alumni website.
I mentioned a party.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to have a gala in 2020. Yeah. So looking forward to that. Okay, wait. Yeah. How do I get the Vani prospectus? How do I get on the cover of the Vani prospectus? Good one. I don't know. I mean, we have different stories about different students. So if a teacher has nominated you, or if you if you have an exceptional story, you could pass by the communications department, not communications, the program, communications, Vani, communications and corporate affairs. You can come pass by and you can speak with us to see if maybe you want to get a story featured in the book. How are we doing on time?
It's good. We have 25 minutes.
Oh, excellent. Okay. I also forgot to mention in the N building we have the architecture program as well. So yes, another program if you're interested in. Oh wait, sorry, hold on.
Going down to Jake's.
Jake's, excellent. Yeah, so architecture, if you're interested in design and technology, computers, you're going to be working a lot on computers for architecture. There's also a lot of drawing involved, but if you don't know how to draw, don't worry, they'll teach you. And you're going to be using programs such as AutoCAD, Revit to design homes.
That's right.
Someone wrote, "I need friends." Come to Vanier. We could be friends.
We have lots of friends here.
Okay. So I answered all the questions, I think. I had a question earlier about continuing education, actually.
Okay. I can
So,
help you with that.
it's loud in here. I don't know if you can hear. Okay. So continuing education, Michelle,
Yes.
if you want to jump in.
What's the question?
Oh, what are the programs?
In continuing education, we offer 2 DEC programs, social science and health sciences. And apart from that, we have 10 different attestation programs. And the difference between a DEC and an attestation is an attestation, we call it funnel learning. The students go in and they just take courses for the program. They don't have to do the general education courses.
There you go. Speaking of general education, did you want to jump in on that?
Sure. So basically, while you're here, if you're here for a pre-university program, you're here for 2 years. Within that 2 years, you have to take 3 humanities courses, 4 English courses, 2 French courses, and I'm missing something.
3 gyms.
And 3 gyms. Thank you. 3 phys eds as well.
There's also complementary courses.
Yes,
Yeah.
there's 2 complementary courses you have to take. What's a complementary course? Basically, it's anything outside of the domain that you're studying. So if you're a social science student, you can take an art course in communications. If you're a science student, you can take psychology. So it's something outside of what you're generally studying.
Yeah. Also, I mentioned earlier the Languages and Cultures program. You can take a language as complementary as well, even though you're not in the program. What can you tell me about the music program? Oh, just in time. We're going to be going to visit the music program in just a few minutes. Okay. Oh, there's a lot of questions about music. Regarding your amazing music. Thank you. It is amazing.
It is.
Auditions. How do auditions work? Are we given a song? Okay. So, you do have to do auditions on your instrument of choice or voice, whatever is your strength. Auditions usually are the first week of March. Obviously, the deadline to apply is March 1st. So you'll be getting your audition date. There's an ear training test as well as a theory test that you have to pass. I don't know, is there anything else that we have to...
Radio, there was a question about Vani.
Yeah, we're asked about the DJ booth. That's in here, actually. Oh, there's a glare on the window, but it's through here. I don't know if you can see anything. No, it's not very clear. But yeah, it's great. Here. There we go. My office is actually right above the DJ booth. And I hear music blasting all day. It's amazing. It makes the day pass much faster. So we're actually right now in our cafeteria. So there's some seating here. A lot of students can just sit and read as well. They don't always have to eat in this area. This is our cafeteria. It's a Chartwell's cafeteria. We have pizza. In the N building, we actually have a Subway. This is another seating area for our cafeteria, the Annex. Came to our open house. It looks much different than this. There's a bunch of tables and banners. There's also the club rooms. I don't know if you saw. Let me go back and show you. All these large doors. These are the club rooms. So when you join the VCSA, you can join a club and you get to hang out in rooms with your friends and contribute to get involved with Vanier. So we're going to Jake's now.
Jake's is like the student area. Students can just hang out with their friends and talk and eat and just relax.
Yeah, all the events that that the VCSA put together, that Vani Student Life puts together, it's all happening in Jake's. It looks a bit different today.
What happened?
We had the blood drive.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah, we had the blood drive today, so they blocked off Jake's because it
There's
was
some
taking
students
place
here.
in here. But as you can see, yeah, the students are still hanging out even though the tables are all folded up. Hi. So this is Jake's. I'll have you take a look at our Jake's Cafeteria also. Jake's Cafe. It's a student-run cafe, so it's an opportunity for students to have jobs while studying here. So Jake's Cafe, it's right in the corner over there, and there's also Jake's Co-op, which is our bookstore, which I mentioned earlier, where you could buy your books. Here it is. This is Jake's. There you go. And yeah, the bookstore. The bookstore is closed right now, but I'll give you a little sneak peek. Oh, they're having a sale. There you go. All the academic books are actually found behind those walls, but they even have regular books they could read for fun. They sell old binders, pens, and all that. And if you become a Jake's member, you actually get reduced prices, so it's great. We're gonna head over to the music department now. There should be some students playing music, so you can actually take a look at what they're up to. Oh, yeah. So obviously when you get to CJEP, you make your own schedule. It's not like high school where your schedule is chosen for you. However, there is a break called Universal Break that happens every Wednesday. Depends whether it's the fall semester or the winter semester. It either starts at 12 or 12:30. Universal Break is when all the activities happen in Jake's. So just keep that in mind. Not to skip school on Wednesdays. Or ever. I also want to mention there's a lot of other extracurricular activities other than the clubs, other than VCSA, other than Vani Student Life. We have VTV, Vani Television. So we do academic videos as well as fun videos. We actually just filmed one today about Valentine's Day, so you can go check on VTV. It's Vani VTV on our Instagram, on our Facebook, on our YouTube page. So it's going to be up on Thursday. We also have gardens, so if anyone wants a volunteer opportunity on campus, we have a garden in the back. It's next to the end building. It's, obviously you can't see it now, but it's covered in snow. But if you do ever pass by the campus in the summer months, it's really beautiful. There's flowers, there's vegetables, and there's a lot of workshops on how to do home remedies, recipes. So it's really great, the people who organize the gardens. So we're walking through. We're walking through the B hallway to get to A, and this is where the music students are.
You can hear the music.
Yeah, you can hear it. So we mentioned before the attestations. Vani is actually really known for our audio recording technology attestation. So that's an attestation that's offered in continuing education.
That's offered twice a year.
Twice a year.
Yeah, there's a group that starts in February and there's a group that starts in August.
There you go. Good. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Okay, so we're going to take a look at the music students, and then we're going to head to the sports complex. If you have any questions about sports, athletics, any of the cheetahs, that's our team. I'm actually wearing cheetah print today for the occasion. There should be students playing basketball as well, if I'm not mistaken, in the gym. So let's take a look at the music students. leave that room. So the music program, it's offered as a 2-year pre-university. It's offered also as a 3-year technical program. The technical program is called Professional Music and Song Techniques. So that's a 3-year program, and you have 2 streams in that program. You can choose either composition or performance. So you have a specialty once you graduate. And once again, you could go to university if you want, or you can go straight to the workforce, which is what the program is designed for. We also have a double deck, well, not a double deck, we have 4 at the moment, and there's a new one coming pretty soon. So the double decks, what they are is programs that take 3 years. They're not a 3-year technical program, however. It's 2-year pre-university programs that you take at the same time. It equals 3 years, because obviously taking it in 2 years can be way too tough. So it's 2 programs that you're doing. It's either music and science, music and social science, music and languages and cultures, and we also have science and social science that is offered as a double deck. So those are great programs to go into if you're not really sure, which field you actually want to excel in. You get a chance to do both. You get a diploma in both, and at the university level, that's when you would choose what you want to do. Yeah, actually, we're gonna put our coats on because we have to go outside in the storm to go visit the sports complex. Oh, we got a comment on the music.
Oh,
nice.
okay.
Great music.
Oh, great music, good jams.
Thank you.
That music was wicked. It's nice.
Oh, that's
Thank
so
you.
nice.
Thank you. We appreciate the comments.
That's right.
Yes. So we're going to head over to the sports complex. So as I said, you have to take 3 phys eds in your stay here, as well as all the teams are obviously there as well.
Okay.
Let's go out there in the snow.
Oh, just want to mention, this is our auditorium.
Oh, yes.
It's the first floor of A, the auditorium. This is where building systems engineering technology is as well. Okay, off we go in the storm. We picked the wrong day to do this. Yeah, can't drop this in the snow. Yeah, it's actually not that cold.
It's just blowing a lot.
So obviously Vani is nicer in the summer, in the fall, but we live in Quebec, so that's how it is. So this is the sports complex. We're going to be speaking to May in a few moments, who is going to explain all the athletics. We have intramurals, we have our sports teams, our varsity teams. Do keep in mind this is different than Alliance Sport Études, so if you do have questions about Alliance Sport Études, you can ask Michelle that. We have a question. My son is doing his secondary 4 enriched math this year. Is there a certain mark he needs to have to get into secondary 5 enriched math in college? That varies every year. To be honest, if you want to go into the explorations program, it varies every year depending on the students that are applying that year. So I can't really give you an exact number, unfortunately. But you could always contact admissions. What's admissions number? I'm gonna put that in. I think I have it. 514-744-7100. Admissions. So you can call them if you have questions. So we are reached the sports complex. We went through the storm. It's home of the cheetahs. So we have May with us here, who's going to talk about the sports.
How are you? Everyone's home, I hope, not in this bad weather. So currently at Vanier we have 12 athletic teams for Division 1, and we have some basketball, football, volleyball, soccer on the men's and women's side, as well as rugby on women's and men's. On the football, we have men's football and flag football as well. So we have all the sports that you can imagine. If you have any questions concerning any sports, perfect time to ask. I'm here. We can go check out the gym. We're going to go check out the men's basketball team, who's currently 14-0, #1 in the province. They're just currently ranked #2 in the country.
Okay. I thought we were number 3.
Well, today was a new ranking day, and they moved up the rankings.
That's amazing.
We're second.
Go Cheetahs!
Yes. Excellent. So, our women's soccer team won this year.
Nice.
For the first time. A regional championship. They went to provincials and won a bronze. So, recruitment staff.
Hi. Oh, someone said thanks for the trip down memory lane. Graduated in '94. Alumni, go check out the alumni website.
So this is basketball. Morgan.
This is our D1?
Yeah, that's our D1.
There we go. So let's just sit in this.
So our basketball program, and on this side we have our women's volleyball team.
Oh, nice sport, man.
Yeah.
Even though I'm not very tall, but that really was my sport.
Come on in,
What,
check them out.
No,
Oh, volleyball. Here we are practicing.
Yeah, working on their techniques.
Okay. So it's.
Is there anything else you can go over?
There were no questions, but I have a question.
Yes. Sure.
So, ooh, my hair. It's snow.
It's too snowy. Yeah.
My question is, how do you get into the Cheetahs teams?
Well, you can contact any of our coaches. Definitely come to try out in early August. For Division 1 teams, you'd have to come out now. I mean, football already started last week. They'll have another tryout this Friday for open football. Men's basketball pretty much in Division 1 is pretty much done because they've signed. Same thing for women's basketball. And men's soccer you can try out in August, early August. Every other team will be the first day of school. So if you're really interested, you got to come on the first day of school and then come out and try out for the teams.
Great. And for Division 1, it's basically recruitment. They have to try out.
Yeah, the recruitment has already started. They've already signed their letter of intent, so it'd be difficult, but you can always reach out to the coaches and send them an email, or to myself. I'm on the directory as well. On the webpage, you can find me and just send me a quick email.
Perfect. Thank you so much,
My
May.
pleasure.
Good luck to the Cheetahs.
Yes. Thanks.
Number 2 in the
Bye.
country. What time is it? Are we okay with time?
Yeah, 5 minutes.
5 minutes. Okay, any last minute questions before we go? Let me see if I missed any. I don't think so. I think I got all of them. A lot about the music program. I'm really glad you guys watched.
Amazing.
Let's see. Yeah, I think we answered all of them. This is great. Thank you guys all for tuning in. I have questions for you. What high schools did you go to? If you're a student, or if you're a parent, I don't know, where are you guys from? Where are you located? Yeah, what part of the city? We want to know where our students come from. Anytime. No one's commenting.
Hi.
So let's take a picture of all of our sports that we offer here. Oh, someone's from Laval. Laval West. Interesting. Oh, someone asked, what can my son expect from social sciences homework-wise?
What was the question?
What can my son expect from social sciences homework-wise?
So as a psychology teacher, I can talk about psychology. Typically, there's a chapter of reading, usually every week, that you'll have to do. A chapter usually is 35 to 40 pages, but they're dense pages, so it doesn't take 5 minutes to go through, and you should really take your time in reading it. As well, there's going to be tests, and there's going to be usually at least one essay. And so, you know, what we recommend, each class has a code above it and tells you how much time you're supposed to be working in the classroom, how much time you're supposed to be doing for homework, and if there's any lab time as well. Generally speaking, Vanier College has a ratio for every hour that you're in class. You're supposed to be doing 1 hour of homework. So psychology typically is a 3-hour class. So you should be doing approximately 3 hours of homework. Now, some weeks it may vary. If you have a test coming up, obviously it might be more. So it really depends, but on average, that's what we recommend.
There you go. Yeah, a lot of students think that, you know, being in college, being in CJEP, you could slack off No, you can't. This is actually where you have to work your hardest.
Yeah, and we find that one of the biggest transitions from high school is the fact that here in CEGEP you only have 15 weeks versus a whole year in high school. So it's so important to be on time and up to date, because it's really hard to catch up when you only have 15 weeks for a semester.
And if I could just add to that one more thing. In high school, your teacher taught the material, all of the material, and then she tested on it. Here, your teacher might not teach you all the material. It's impossible, actually, for the teacher to teach you all the material. They teach you the parts that they might think is more difficult. They expect you to learn the rest at home, on your own, okay? And that's the biggest difference, I think, between high school and CEGEP, is there's more independent learning that we expect you to do at home, which is more consistent than what they do at university, you know?
Yeah. So I think that's it, right? Are we okay for time? Yeah?
Yeah.
We have no more comments. We have no more questions. If you ever do have questions, don't hesitate to talk to advising, to talk to admissions, even to email me as well. I had put my email on the ad. If anyone had questions in advance, I'll forward them to the right departments. So let's say bye to all our viewers. Thank you. Oops. Oh, well, what happened? Okay. All right then. Okay, thank you.
Bye,
Thank you, everyone.
Bye, guys.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you.